Hello family, welcome back to the channel. This is Anthony if you're new here. What I'm doing today is trying to continue on with my organization process in my craft space. So I've grabbed this large bag here of fall stuff. I'll call it stuff because wasn't quite sure what was all in there, but it was a bag that I get from Dollar Tree to organize my what do I call them, my kits, my junk journal kits. So I just put everything I had left over on my desk and in my area when I was making fall journals. I threw them in that large bag. So this video is showing you as I go through the bag and sort everything. My plan is with this bag is before I pull out all my fall decor, I wanted my fall crafting stuff, not the decor, but all my fall crafting stuff for my junk journals. I wanted to go through this bag and see what I have, and then I will use it to begin my crafting. Make some journals, pocket letters, some ephemera, whatever I can make out of what's in this large bag. So I started pulling out some items. This here is a journal cover that I had started making last year. So that'll be perfect for me to finish this year. Here is a package of little paper treat bags. I know I have 2 packages of those. You'll see the other one in here soon. This little page protector here up top is just full of my scraps that I will go through and sort. What I did with the paper scraps is I sorted them by strips and by solid cardstock, and then my printed ones. Here I'm showing you all these Dollar Tree stickers that I had purchased last year. There may be a few rub-ons in there, but those will definitely be used this year. Those will come in handy. So let's see, this envelope that I just moved was full of more scraps and ephemera pieces. So here I pulled out, it's a Thanksgiving bingo game that I had picked up from Walmart a couple years ago. This here is just basically some garbage. I think it came in one of my paper pumpkin kits when I had the subscription, just advertising some Simple Stories papers. Those are a couple scraps. And then here is a greeting card. I have a ton of greeting cards. Most of these have not been used. They were given to me. So the cards and the envelopes. So I'm going to get these sorted out. I'm going to separate the envelopes from the cards. The envelopes can be used inside my journals. And then the cards, I'd like to go through my cards and see what I can make with them. Some of them I use as a whole in the journals, and others I cut up. So I make tags, pockets, corner tucks, and then I also do a lot of fussy cutting out of my cards. So here I just speeded it up as I sort through these cards, and this is just drop in the bucket of what I have for cards and envelopes. Actually, I have a lot of them. So yeah, as I sort through here, I'm getting myself together so that I will be able to dissect these cards, and I want to get a bunch of ephemera made up for my journals. So here I'm just showing some other items that were down in that bag. There's some sunflowers and some little truck picks. As you see, I've already had started cutting some of the cards up. This is a piece of fabric that I received in Happy Mail. So I will be using this probably on a journal cover or to make some fabric flips or something down that line. Let's see, this here is some table scatter that I also received in Happy Mail. So all of this stuff was just in that bag and I had no idea what was in there. Definitely forgotten items. So yeah, the goal for this little organization segment was to be able to get myself prepared to mass produce some journals, as I plan on doing 2 craft fairs this fall, so I want to get some journals made up. So here I'm just showing more flowers and fussy cut ephemera that was down in the bag. So now, I'm just showing you the big stack of cards that I have. There's the envelopes. So I did end up just putting everything in separate piles. I have a pile of items out of that bag that I'll use to make journals, like pages in journals. And then the other items will just go where they're supposed to go as far as being organized, like the ephemera and stuff like that. They'll go in the bins where I keep that type of stuff. Any leftover envelopes will go in the bin that I have all my envelopes in. While sorting, there were a few Halloween items I had cut out from greeting cards, a couple pieces of scrap paper, so those will be moved into the Halloween stuff. So these are some fussy cuts from the greeting cards. I will turn those into tags as well, because those large items that I fussy cut out are great for extra writing space on the back. So here's just an overall view of the items that was in this big bag here. So here in this little flower pot, I just stuck all my stickers. And in this one is all the greeting cards. And then I have 2 covers. I'm going to use the cover to that harvest book to make a gratitude journal. That's that one there. Then there were 2 sheets of window clings that I will incorporate and make some ephemera out of. Those are all the envelopes. So those are the window clings. And there is the other bag of the little paper sacks. I have some book paper. And then this little calendar type thing. So here I had a bunch of napkins, and I also have fabric that I will be using. There were 4 fabric napkins that I plan on using in my journals. There's just a bank envelope that I use as a template. And that bag is more papers and pages that I will use in my journals. There's some calendar pages, a few pieces of scrapbook paper, and in this file folder there's some scrapbook paper and also some pages from the scrapbook that needs to be fussy cut out. And yeah, I have a stack of items to make the journals out of, like for pages. And that little Ziploc bag is where I have my strips in. This bag is another bag of paper scraps that need to be sorted. So that pile there are like coloring book pages and just other papers to make journals out of. So I'm just scanning over the top here. These are some of the embellishments and just the different things I found down in the bag, and they will go in the places they need to go in. So these little trucks here, those picks, I'll take those off the sticks and use those for embellishments. In this little bowl here, there's a bunch of little fussy cuts and some die cuts that were in my stash. So I will use that. And please forgive me for the filming. You know, I'm holding the camera trying to show these items. It won't be this close up all the way through. But anyways, I was showing some Halloween items I found. There's a bag with my solid scrap papers. I'll be using those for die cutting and punching out elements for embellishments. So yeah, those are some of the cards that I've cut up. That bingo game, I put that in my stash because I didn't end up using it with the grandkids, but I figure I can cut those little squares up and fussy cut some of the images and use them for ephemera as well, or little cardstock embellishments. So yeah, just showing you all the scraps and different little embellishments. There's some of the pages. So all of these items I will be using for my journal. So this bucket here shows all the cards. I have my paper trimmer and my scissors so I can get started on deconstructing these cards to make tags and pockets and journal cards and stuff like that. If you like these kinds of videos, please give this video a thumbs up. I will come with a part 2 video showing you more of the embellishments and things that I have made from the cards. So this here just shows you a lot of the fussy cuts, my process of getting these cards broken down to where I can use them. I will be making some tags here, and I've sped it up a little bit so it won't take as long. Now the tags that have writing on the back, I will be covering those with paper, so it will be a blank writing space. I will be adding ribbon or lace or something, some type of topper to my tags. I do show you in here that around the corners I punched a hole and put in some eyelets, and I do put toppers on some of the cards. Some of them I just made my bases and they'll be ready for when I need them. Now I still will go back and decorate the tags and pockets and things as I need them. I will get some made, so I'll have a ready-made ephemera to add in my journals. I think it just cuts the time it takes to make my journals, cuts it down quite a bit. I can get more finished when I mass produce some items. Then I can mass produce my journals. So that is the point of trying to get everything organized. My craft space is still a work in progress, but I am still working on it little by little. I can actually get to some of the items so that I can organize them better. So here I'm just cutting down a card. I'm going to make a couple tags out of it. And then these strips, I got a little pile of those. Some of them are larger, but they make nice belly bands, or just the bases to a belly band, or to snippets or clusters. So I do keep those so that I can use them. So yeah, here I'm just working on some tags. Yeah, so at the end of the video, you'll see some of the little flowers that I made from the die cuts. So here I pulled out my Big Shot, and I'm going to start die cutting up some of this, my solid cardstocks and scraps from the greeting cards. So I'm just gonna go through my dies now and try to find some fall leaves and things that I can use for embellishments for my fall projects, and to make clusters and things. So yeah, that's what I'm doing now. I'm looking through the bag of dies, which is another item in my craft space that I will have to get organized in a much better way, more accessible way, and that I can see what I have and what I have to work with. So here I'm pulling out this, I think it's a Spellbinders dies with the leaves, has 4 leaves. I do pull out some flower dies, as well as I will be pulling out some punches to use. So I have that blessed die, I have some hearts. I'm just going to pull out a few for now. I'm working on a small little workspace, so I can't pull out everything. So here I'm pulling out some of my punches that I'll use. So several leaves, and then I have some smaller flowers and a small heart. So yeah, so now I'm just going to get busy with die cutting. Okay, so if you like this video, come back for part 2 to see what else I have made, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Till the next one, keep crafting.